Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan. The lights are on in the big house, and this crowd, clad in maize and blue, certain that they will hail the victors in the Wolverines' home opener tonight. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Northern Illinois Huskies, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Huskies ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Wolverines offense will get the first swing of the game. And they cannot wait to see what this guy can do and the big plays he can make in this offense, David.
And we've heard about it. We've heard about the dynamic speed, the playmaking ability. The freshman now gets the stage to see what he is made of.
And I hope this offense will go to him early and see if they can get him into a rhythm. You want to calm the nerves down, just get the guy the football and go do what you've done your whole life. Play football.
Hey, a lot of coaches talk about, let's set the tone early. Let's come out and assert our style. I like it. Let's just come out and fling it and make a big play and make this defense know we're ready to get this thing rolling.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. Oh, look out, there he goes. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and we're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wolverines. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
Man, can you draw up a better start for this offense? Coming out the gate explosive to start the season, get a touchdown on the board right away, create a lot of momentum for this football season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On second down, they'll take to the air.
What a great play, winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll go to the ground. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got great speed. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And he's running in the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Leaves it with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the 1st down, and that's all that matters.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Right back to him. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On third down, going up top. And here's a fumble way behind the line. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? Touchdown, Wolverine! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did.
What a nice job by the defense. Not only getting the football out, the awareness to scoop it up. I got space, get up the field, a little caravan to the end zone, making the big play. And this offense in game one, man, not only do you give up the turnover, you give up a touchdown, and you haven't scored that many points. They got to get it together.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gets open down the middle.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Pinned back in their own end, a third and short from the 16. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get rid of it. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Slips through the line. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Michigan. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Iowa steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Iowa City a ton of confidence. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. DBs will try to keep everything in front. He'll do it himself. Plows through the defense. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll try the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late, blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Now facing a 3rd and long. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Here's the punt, and that is a major league pop-up. That thing's going to bring rain. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Trying play action. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolverine. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Trying to get to it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver shows motion. He's looking to throw it. They're setting up the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Grab behind the line. It's Sims. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job on the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Michigan! The defense with the scoop and score.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Well, you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Makes the catch and knocked down. Northern Illinois right back to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the pass hits, picked off. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, he set his offense up at the 30.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
That's caught. It's straight. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And how about this offense? Man, they must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm. Great start to the year by this offense.
And he added the extra point. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the running back. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
He saw man coverage, and the idea, just get it to my receiver as quickly as I can and let him work, David.
See man and see the cushion.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. They'll run the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And the Wolverines pick up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's complete. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment has been extended.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Utah State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 21 to Boston College. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. They're trying to get to it. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He gets a block. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Right back to the well. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass and make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll give it to the back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdowns.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. Offense gets set for 2nd down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Try to get it to the edge. Hard running there. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The Wolverines will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kamara. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback. I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought he was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll run it on the counter. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They want that clock to run. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Got 5 on that last one now. How aggressive will they be on 2nd and inches? Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.